Hi folks, Scouts here. Have you heard about the latest ban list? Earlier today, the One Piece card game authorities dropped the bomb on us. Effective November 10th, the OP1 Nami Searcher, OP2 Dadan, and the Whitebeard Leader are all banned. The ban on Whitebeard Leader makes a lot of sense since he's pretty overpowered. I did expect some sort of nerf on the raid decks, as Whitebeard, Zoro, and Law decks are extremely popular, but I did not foresee a restriction to such an extent. Firstly, banning both the Nami and Dadan searchers means raid decks are effectively crippled, leading to inconsistent decks. Secondly, note that in the OP04 meta, more than 60% of the player base is playing either Whitebeard, Red Green Law, or Zoro decks. This means, in just 1 week, more than 60% of the players will have to dump their decks and come up with something new. Isn't it insane? Lastly, out of all cards, they just had to ban the Nami Searcher, a card that many of us, including myself, have heavily invested in. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me since this ban is gonna affect the usefulness of the highly promoted upcoming deck, the ST10. Why kill your upcoming cards? When I first saw the change, I was shocked and concerned since my holdings of 7 Nami and 1 Law cards were directly affected. Monitoring the market, I saw the pre-rata Nami value crash from $500 to a low of $150, while post-errata versions went down from $200 to $150, and Law post-errata version dropped from $340 to $250. For those of you new to the channel or One Piece card game, pre-errata cards are the cards that were printed before any corrections or changes were made, making them original and often more valuable as collectibles. Back to our topic. After seeing the crash in these cards, my first instinct was to seize this opportunity and scoop up some pre-errata versions at these discounted prices. That's the level of confidence I have in these cards, especially the pre-errata ones. Pre-errata cards aren't meant to be played anyway, and their status as first edition collectibles remains unchanged. I'm quite confident we'll see a rebound pretty soon. Remember Warren Buffett said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." Next, let's take a look at the comments you guys left on my last video. EB6132 asked about the best way to invest $1,000 for a long-term OP future collection, and Pokeinvestments inquired about single cards that are still solid buys at current market prices. Essentially, these questions are about the same core issue. What cards would I recommend buying at the current market prices? So let's get into that. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, my philosophy of investing in One Piece card game is based on simple supply and demand. I always aim for cards that are high in demand but have a limited supply. I'll suggest cards across a range of prices which should fit whatever budget you're working with. Super pre-release decks are a prime example. These are very limited event decks issued before the official launch of One Piece card game, hence super pre-release. They contain the same cards as the first 4 structured decks, but with a special super pre-release label on the cards, marking their uniqueness. It's also worth noting that the super pre-release Luffy Leader card contained in the raid deck and the super pre-release Winner Luffy card. These are among the very first cards ever printed in the One Piece card game, and you can't go wrong with Luffy. As I've pointed out before, the super pre-release series hasn't seen too many movements in prices, making them a relatively affordable buy right now. The decks are around $500, the Luffy Leader card is around $75, and the Winner Luffy, which once went for $1,800, is now at a modest $1,000. Thanks to the new ban list, I'm recommending the OP1 pre-errata cards, especially Nami AA and Law Leader AA pre-errata cards. The market for these cards have crashed, and this is an amazing opportunity to grab these cards at an incredible discount. Nami AA was at $500, So right now, I would pick up Law or Nami pre-errata versions for anything below $300 without any hesitation. These two are extremely limited cards with huge upside potential, so if you're able to, just go for it. You should also consider grabbing some limited promo cards featuring key characters, like the Championship Supernova set. Championship Luffy is around $300 right now, Kid is around $40, and if you're on a tighter budget, you could pick up cards like Winner Nami, it's around $60, Winner Brook at $30, Championship Nico Robin at $30, Winner Bonnie at $30, Championship Chopper at $30, and cards from the Gift Collection series, especially the Gift Collection Nami, which looks absolutely stunning and currently costs just $15. You can also get the Premium Card Collection 25th edition for $80. This is for a long-term value. I'm suggesting these cards because they're in demand, they're limited, and I'm seeing a steady uptrend in each of these cards. Lastly, there's the card I've mentioned in almost all of my video, the Serial Luffy. This card is one of the most outstanding in the One Piece card game and has tremendous potential. It is priced at $4,000. However, if you can, try to get one. It is also worth noting that the Black Label version of this card is currently the most expensive card in the entire One Piece card game. The owner of this Black Label card received an offer of $50,000 and he refused to sell. Considering that the game is not even 1 year old, $50,000 is a pretty significant figure that showcases the game's potential. Now, having listed the cards I would buy at current market prices, let's talk about how I would spend my $1,000. Actually, there are a few ways I would go about this. I would most likely buy 3 of the pre-errata Namis at $300 or lower, depending on the negotiation, and use the rest of my money to buy Winner Nami and Gift Collection Namis. Nami is without a doubt the character with the highest demand in the whole One Piece card game. This has the highest potential for gain, but at the same time, of course, comes with the higher concentration risk, since I'm buying all Namis. One thing worth mentioning is that Nami cards have one of the highest liquidity values, meaning they are the easiest to sell when you want to cash out. And if I want to play it safe, I would diversify my collection and avoid over-concentrating in any one card to reduce risk. I would do something like I would get one pre-errata Nami at $300, pre-errata Law, SPR Leader Luffy at $75, and then I would just mix and match the SPR decks or some of the promo cards to meet the 1,000. Lastly, just a few thoughts on buying these cards. If you have noticed in my previous video, nearly every single card I've purchased has turned a profit. This is mainly because I always buy below market price. The trick is to always negotiate in every single one of your trades. Give valid reasons why there should be a discount. Even if the offer is already good, push it down further. Remember, there is no harm in negotiating. If someone agrees to your number immediately on your first try, you know you failed the negotiation because you could have offered even lower price. So anyway, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you think about the ban list, and also let me know if you agree with my buy list. And remember to hit the subscribe button and follow along. If you're in the region, swing by strawheadloose.com to grab a box at 380 dirham. See ya!